What's going on, everybody? This is Michael with Rookie Sports Cards, and I want to welcome you guys to an episode of Behind the Bar with Rookie Sports Cards. Today we have a very special guest. It is none other than Mr. Anthony Calles, who was my Junior All-American football coach. So we're going way back, guys. I still call him coach to this day. So we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. We're also going to talk about, did I make it to the Super Bowl? You guys know I did fly out to Miami with no guarantee of the tickets. And you're going to find out if I made it into the store, into the game, or if I didn't. So stay tuned for that. It should be really good. I want to talk about today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Cardboard Pickers, okay? If you guys don't know what Cardboard Pickers are, it's a really cool Instagram group. And what we're trying to do is we are trying to put on card expos and grow that card expo to be one of the biggest and best sports card expos out there. We know they have the National, but besides the National, what else is there to look forward to, right? So we want to let you guys know that March 21st, which is a Saturday, Cardboard Pickers will be having a sports card expo. It will be at the Hyatt Place in downtown Riverside, which is in Southern California, if you guys don't know. From 3 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., we have two autographed guests that are going to be there featured. Mr. Ron Say, 1981 World Series MVP with the Los Angeles Dodgers. We're also going to have Lacy there, who was a 79 World Series champion with the Dodgers as well. So definitely look out for that, guys. We had one a couple months back or a month ago, and it was a great turnout. We had Michael Cooper as well as Mr. Reggie Smith there signing autographs. A bunch of people showed up. So I'm very much looking forward to this next one. Again, it's March 21st from 3 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the Hyatt Place in downtown Riverside. So also don't want to forget this, that all proceeds from these autograph sales will go to benefit St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So go to Eventbrite. I will have the link down in your bio of this YouTube video, and you'll be able to purchase all your autograph tickets there as well as get all the information needed. All right? So that's it. Let's get to the episode. Mr. Anthony Calles. Coach,
good. Hey, how you been?
Hey, I'm good, man. How are you?
Good.
That's good. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being a guest on Rookie Sports Cards Behind the Bar. So, what I do is that you know me for a long time since I was a kid.
Yep.
And I'm a huge sports guy. I've been collecting sports cards since I was 7 years old, 8 years old, and kind of parlayed it into this memorabilia world and all this cool stuff.
Awesome.
And what I'm trying to do is just sort of bring content to the hobby and, just think things, we have a website and all that stuff where I sell a lot of my stuff. So This is just one of the avenues to do it. So this segment is Behind the Bar. So what I like to do is I like to bring guests on and just talk to them about sports-related topics, things like that. It doesn't necessarily always have to do about sports cards, but just topical events. Like we talked about the Dodgers and the Astros and all that stuff. So today we'll talk about the Super Bowl. But what it is tradition here at since it is Behind the Bar is I got to offer you a drink.
Okay.
So you can have whatever you want.
I will take whatever's cold.
It doesn't have to be.
Fresh.
It doesn't have to be alcoholic beverage either. It doesn't have to. Bro. So I got Modelo's. I got Bud Lights, Coors Light. I even got some Hanger 24s in there. There's also a ice refrigerator behind you that I should.
Bud Light will do.
You want Bud Light?
No, yeah, absolutely. That works.
I don't know. I know you said fresh, but I'll tell you, we don't drink too often. So I don't know how long these guys have been here. It could have been from last Super Bowl.
That's okay.
Yeah, the Super Bowl party. So I wanted to talk to you about the Super Bowl. Now, as you know, or maybe you don't know, I kind of went. Did you know about that?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so I kind of went, and it was a week-long battle with my wife as to, like, am I going to go to this game or not? Because the tickets were $5,000, not including, hotel, airfare, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, they were. To me, they seemed like they were like overly expensive.
I think they're just climbing right now.
Yeah.
So they were at $5,000. So this is what I told my wife. I said, listen, I don't need to spend the night. I'll take a red eye in. I'll get there the day of, and I'll just walk around the stadium and try to get tickets. And I'm sure I'll be able to find a ticket. Give me X amount of money, and if I can't find a ticket in that budget from somebody who's just trying to get rid of it, then I won't go. At the very least, I'm down in the city, down in Miami, right? Because and I'm a big 49er fan, so I'm convinced. Oh, we're gonna win.
Yeah.
We're winning. We're gonna win this game. Like nobody scared me. I just the way we played, nobody's gonna beat us, right? So here's my adventure. So I had to Saturday morning. Yeah, Saturday morning. Woke up, did the kid stuff, did the wife thing, husband thing. At 4 p.m., I had to drive to Las Vegas because I was flying out of McCarran in Las Vegas.
Okay.
It saved me about $350. So I fly out from Vegas. My flight leaves at 11:55. Right?
Okay.
Cool. I eat at 8:30 p.m. I go over to the South Point Casino and I put some bets down on the game. Then I go to the airport. Cool. Check in. 11:55. I'm on the plane. Boom. I'm Miami bound. Can't sleep on the plane. It's terrible. I don't think it's yours. It's terrible. Is that what you're waiting for?
And it's already 3:00 in the morning in Miami when you took off.
Mm-hmm. So I can't sleep on the plane. I land. I'm nauseous. I get like real bad motion sickness, and I don't know if it's because of like I've always had like head issues, like migraine issues and stuff like that. I don't know if it could be CTE related, and we'll talk about that at another podcast because I kind of think that maybe that is something to do with it.
Could be.
And possibly, right? Maybe not like to an NFL level, but
Yeah.
But so I'm nauseous. I get to Miami and I walk right out of the tunnel and I just find a little corner and I take a 40-minute nap. So I'm like, all right, cool. I feel better. Boom, jump in the Uber. Let's do it. Take me to the stadium. Takes me to the stadium. I get to the stadium and I'm like, I haven't eaten yet.
Yeah.
So I told the driver, hey man, drive me to a place. So he takes me to this Dunkin' Donuts. I figure like, I'll just get a bagel. Just get a little bagel.
Something to eat,
yeah, something. They don't have no bagels there. They have like donuts and they have like breakfast sandwiches.
But they advertise bagels.
Yeah. They didn't have any bagels. They didn't have nothing. So they get there and I order a croissant, bacon, egg, and cheese.
Okay.
Couldn't eat it. I was too nauseous. Couldn't eat it. So I forced myself to take 3 bites, and then I'm like, I feel a little better. And coach, I must have walked that stadium 5 times, 6 times around the stadium, and just asking every single person, hey, you got a ticket? Hey, you got a ticket? You got one? Hey, you got one? I just need one. I'm a fan. I'm not a scalper. I just want to see the game. Come on. Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. If I was asking, the 4 people in front of me were asking too. The 4 people in front of them were asking too. Everybody was asking. Everybody was looking for tickets. Yeah. At one point, I did find some tickets, and it was about 10 in the morning.
Okay.
This guy said, I just want to get face value. I go, what's face value? He said 35. And I'm like, I don't got 35. I got 25 cash. I can't do 25. I gotta be closer to 3. I had $3,000 cash.
Yeah.
And I go, I got 27, bro. And he's like, well, and I go, well, let me see him. And it's so hard because you're going to give somebody $2,700.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you know the authenticity of it? How do you know? And I was like, kind of letting him know, like, hey, man, like, how do I know? And he goes, oh, I understand, dude. I understand. Well, right after I did that, some guy came up to him, some Kansas City fans, and they were like, well, what do you got? So then they ended up buying it.
Oh, wow.
But you know what I figured? I was like, look, what happens if I did buy those tickets at 10 a.m.? I give up my search. Cool, I'm scot-free. I'm clear and free. I could just wait for the game, and then here comes the game time, and I'm out there trying to redeem that ticket, and it doesn't go.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was like, and the guy didn't. He rubbed me the wrong way, so I just, nah, it's cool, dude. I'll keep looking. So, coach, I was out there probably from 9 a.m. until about 1:32 with no food, no water, couldn't eat. The nearest food station was about 1.5 miles, 2 miles down the road in traffic, right? So I'm on the super budget, and I'm like, dude, I can't keep taking Ubers back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
At $14 a pop, times 30 minutes each way because of the traffic. So I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And it got to a point to where I got the biggest migraine.
Okay.
The biggest migraine. I just wanted to lay down. And at one point, I was laying on just a patch of grass, just a patch of grass outside the stadium. And anybody could have just walked up and been like, "Oh, look at this drunk fool right here." And you know what I mean? I had $3,000 of cash in my pocket. They could have. I could have been able to defend myself.
Yeah.
So, dude, it got to a point where I was just like, I text my wife, I just want to go home. Like, I just want to go home. It's 1:30 right now. It's a 4-hour flight. I'm doing the math. I'm like, I think I could get back home and watch the game at home.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like trying to do that math, and my wife tells me to stop being such a sissy. Like, man up, do what you got to do, and I tried to eat again. I had an Uber driver take me to a restaurant. They took me to Subway, and I got a sandwich, and the sandwich was, I don't know what that girl did, but I don't know if that's a Florida thing, but she put so much mustard on that thing that when I tried to eat it, nauseated, couldn't do it either. So it just got to a point where I'm like, dude, book me a hotel room. I just told her, book me a hotel room. I book a hotel. I get to the hotel, just throw up everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, it was that bad. And it was still 4 o'clock. Game didn't start till 6:30.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll take a 2-hour nap and then come back out to the stadium because it was only 25 minutes from the stadium. And then I'll do the ticket search. I took my 2-hour nap. When I woke up, my head was still pounding. I still nauseous. I'm like, there's no way. So I ended up watching the game
in the hotel
room in Miami.
Wow, that's not a good trip.
It really wasn't, but then when you factor in the circumstances of the game, and us not winning, it was kind of like, all right, I didn't feel as bad. I was bothered we lost, but I think I was too sick to like really be
concerned about.
Yeah, concerned. And then also I came back with money.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of like a win-win for everybody. I didn't resent my wife for not letting me go, right?
How was the atmosphere though outside the stadium?
Oh, dude, it was great.
That's what
it was like, awesome.
I mean, is it worth it just being outside the stadium?
Yeah. The only negative I will say is that there was no tailgate. So I figured,
really?
I figured, oh, cool, I could be out here with a tailgate, if anything.
Yeah.
Nah, no tailgate.
Really? I wonder why they don't allow that.
I don't know. They did not allow any tailgate, and that's what made it so difficult for me to get food.
Yeah.
Because there was no concessions, anything open. So I was literally just walking, doing like a little track. Doing a track. There's thousands of people. They had so many religious protesters up there. The Fear God ones out there. And then they had like this like black Jewish group out there, like this Muslim group. They were battling with the other ones. They were both standing on both sides of the street, yelling at each other through a microphone. Like they were wearing robes. There was a girl out there with wearing in a bikini top with a sign that said, circumcision isn't a victimless crime. And there was a guy walking around with white pants with blood stain over his crotch because he was circumcised. Yeah, they were protesting circumcision and all that stuff.
Wow. Really? People don't have anything else to do?
I guess when you think about it, it's the biggest event of the year.
So
everybody's just like, this is good. They have an audience, so they went out there. It was cool, man. A lot of cops. They had that. You see the cop whip just circling the entire time. Dude, it was a great atmosphere. Everybody was cool. No, I didn't see any fights. I didn't see anything like that. So the Chiefs fans were. Everybody was real respectful of one another. So it wasn't anything crazy, but I just at the end of the day, man, I couldn't pull it off. I couldn't get in, and I don't regret it. I'll do it again. I would definitely do it again. I got one little souvenir, the official Super Bowl program.
Nice.
So this is it. You guys see, I sprung for the expensive version.
Oh, there you go.
So this is it. But that's it, man. This was my trip to Florida.
That was it to get a book.
This is it to get a book, man. So this is that. So it'll just go in the collection back here. But that's that. So. What did you think of the game? Just your overall. First of all, who did you have winning this game? What were your keys to victory?
At the beginning, and I didn't change. My prediction was I had KC winning 34-31.
Okay.
I just felt that in the end, I think Andy Reid was going to make some better calls than Shanahan. I just think if I don't believe in like luck, but I just think it was his time.
Okay.
I honestly believe that I felt that KC played very scared for 3 quarters, and I don't know why. Mahomes just looked like he was a deer in headlights, right? For most of the game. And it seemed like something clicked and they woke up. But at the same time, San Francisco scared me a lot. I thought they had the capability of putting, especially, I felt that he kind of went away from the running game a little quick.
Yeah.
I think he did stick with it, but I felt he left it a little bit too early.
And
yeah.
Now, what were your? So you had KC winning, right? That was your thing.
Yeah.
How did you have them winning? You had them by a field goal. Did you see it as a defensive game? Well, 34-31. So you had it like as an average game. Did Mahomes live up to what you thought he was going to do? What was the difference between the two?
Mahomes didn't live up to what I thought he was going to do. Like I said, I felt that the first couple quarters, even like all the way to the mid-third quarter, I really felt like he was playing like first time I've ever seen him like he was nervous.
Like a third-year quarterback?
Like a third-year quarterback, pretty much, yeah. I mean, like, wow, I'm in the Super Bowl, and it's like, oh, crap, now I got to really perform. Yeah. And I think he was under a lot of pressure. Yeah. I mean, you could tell right away that one interception he threw, he threw it like literally to the linebackers.
Yeah.
What are you seeing? There's like 5 49er uniforms around one guy. It's like, come on, that's not him.
He forced it in there.
Yeah, he did. That wasn't him. Like I said, I just felt, I don't know. I just felt that they had better weapons, and I just felt that Andy Reid wouldn't go away from his game plan, which he didn't. Even when they was tight, when they were losing, he was still doing what he was capable of doing, and then it finally just started to click.
So my whole thing is like, obviously I'm a 49er fan and I'm biased, but I'm also a realist. So if I, like going into it, the only team that I feared was Seattle.
Okay.
Because somehow they always have our number. They always play us tough. They always just have, they always pull it off against us, right?
Find a way to win.
Yeah. So Seattle was the only team. Other than that, I wasn't really afraid of anybody. Right. But that's also because I'm biased because I've watched us play, all year long. Mm-hmm. I kind of seen the other teams, but for me, Kansas City was a little under the radar to where when I didn't know what to expect from them. I didn't know what. I mean, I understood that Patrick Mahomes is great, coming off his MVP last year. I know he's hurt this year, so it's kind of affecting his play. They were sort of under the radar. But you're a Steelers fan,
right?
So from the AFC, so you probably seen him way more than I did, right?
So
is that why you kind of knew?
Like I said, I just felt, like I said, but I also saw a lot of San Francisco this year too. I saw a lot of their games, and one thing I thought that what scared me about San Francisco was obviously that they run the ball so well.
Yeah.
And you know me over the years,
yeah.
I like running the ball. So,
yeah.
We run the ball, we run it,
yeah,
we run it.
Yeah,
okay?
until you stop it.
And until you stop it. And I think what happened was, like, to me, 49ers didn't attack the edges the way they did
the first half.
Yeah, or the way they did against Green Bay. I mean, they were coming off. It was basically that they were almost running like a power. Yeah. It was like a power that they couldn't stop. And if they tried that play against the Chiefs a couple times and they got stopped, and they kind of like, okay, it's not going to work. Well, wait a minute. It's first quarter.
Yeah, you don't give up on it.
It's like, no, that's what fixes up. You just keep pounding it.
Yeah.
That's how you wear people down. Everybody's fresh in the first quarter,
Yeah.
But you got to stay with your game plan longer.
You brought up Andy Reid, and he has the history of choking.
Right.
He has that history of blowing it in big games. I can't even say, for me, my thing was, all right, this is the 49ers, this is how we win. Right? We have to get after Mahomes. Right. Get after him. Force him to run.
And you guys did in the first half.
And we did. And then, of course, we had to run the ball. I wasn't worried about Jimmy G. Everybody's the whole thing about Jimmy G was can he pass? Can he pass? Can he pass? We're protecting him. He can pass.
Yeah.
And for the first 8 weeks of the season, I didn't buy in. We were 8-0. I didn't buy in. Mm-hmm. And because I'm an offensive guy, I know for a quarterback, if you could run the ball, you could throw the ball.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it's so it doesn't matter. So I knew everybody's like, oh, 8-0, Mike, what do you think? Not until Jimmy G proves it.
Yeah.
He had to prove it because we had the number one offense, the number one running game in the league. Mm-hmm. So he didn't have to pass the ball. But I knew in order for us to be great, he was going to have to jump that chart. And the last 6 weeks of the season, when we hit that big tough stretch, we just played Seattle, we played New Orleans, and we played Baltimore, and then we played Atlanta. And seeing him those last 6 weeks, I'm like, oh, he's got it. He's good. He's got it. I ain't worried about him. We got it. Nobody else. And I get it. On ESPN, you have to. You gotta, make a story. Yeah, so
they overdraw.
Yeah, that's what they did. So I'm like, I'm not worried about Jimmy G. Let's just take care of Mahomes, and I think we'll be fine. I think we will be fine. And for 3 quarters, we were.
Yeah.
But there was never a point, Coach, where I was like, oh, we got this.
Yeah.
There was never a point to where I was like, we got this.
I felt comfortable once with Garoppolo in the New Orleans game.
Oh yeah.
That's when I got sold on him. Yeah. Because it's like it was a shootout. It was Breeze in the dome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that place is tough to play.
Yeah.
And like I said, he was going up against Breeze. They were going, and I mean like that to me. Well, like okay, I think he's for real.
Yeah.
That game.
Me too. I bought in. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about him. I think he's going to be great. I just back to the Super Bowl. I didn't. There was never an instance where I was like, okay, we got this.
Yeah.
We got it. To me, the key of the game, the biggest key of the game was going to be Shanahan and his play calling.
Right.
He has, and I've told this to a lot of people, but he has a history of becoming conservative when there's a lead.
Correct.
And one of the ones at the time stuck out the most to me was in Baltimore. We had the ball in Baltimore. There was I don't know how much, it was a minute and a half, something like that. They kicked off to us, right? We ran the ball down, we ran it, and he let the clock run out. And he let the clock run. He let the clock run.
Right.
And I'm like, Collins, what are you doing? But I knew what he was doing. It was a 10-10 game, or it was like it was a lead, it was a tie game.
Right.
He was sitting on the lead. Then he calls a run, and now Monster breaks for 40 yards.
Right.
So now all that time is run off the clock. But guess what? Oh, now we could score. So now they're in a hurry up. So now they're even more pressured. And I think that series ended with a missed field goal in the rain by the rookie kicker. We had some kicker off the street that game. So in the Green Bay game, he did the same. He was real conservative with the lead and things like that. And then somebody brought it to my attention, 28-3. The Super Bowl.
Exactly.
The Super Bowl game.
Exactly.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, you go back to that. You go to that game. It's like all he has to do is run 3 plays, kick a field goal, and they're up by 10.
Yeah.
And he decides to pass in the first play, and he loses 15 yards.
Yeah.
Takes him out of field goal range.
Yeah.
From the beginning, it's like I never understood.
Yeah,
that.
They got that bad sack, right? They got that bad sack, and they got the holding call, right?
But you go back to the Super Bowl, like you said, though. 49ers got the ball with minute 20 left, and all 3 timeouts. And they did nothing to attempt to score.
He did the same thing.
He did the same thing.
And then we broke that run.
And then when you broke it, you guys are down to like 20 seconds.
And now what? And now he's in scramble mode. Right. Then George Kittle gets his. So it's the same exact thing. And I was frustrated because I'm like, there it is. It's halftime. They still have 2 quarters left to play. Is that the reason why they lost? So, at the end of the day, I think it comes down to play calling. You're a coach. You coached. I know we didn't go over your credentials, but tell us about your coaching credentials because I want to talk about the coaching and the play calling.
Yeah, well, I was coaching, started when West Covina Bruins with you, and you were at Baldwin Park.
I was at Baldwin Park, yeah.
We recruited you to come back over here.
Yeah.
We convinced your dad to bring you over here to play for us the following year, and you were playing, 4 years with us?
Yeah, I played my last 2. No, my last 2 years.
That's right.
But that was back in 1996.
Yes. Yeah. So after I got done with Junior All-American, then I started high school. I was at Don Lugo High School right here. I was Don Lugo for almost 15 years.
At which level?
All levels. So started freshman, JV, and I was with varsity for 8-9 years.
Yeah.
So offensive coordinator, I was head coach, not varsity, but like lower levels and stuff. So been around the game a long time.
Yeah. So all in all, how many years total coaching career?
About 25 years.
About 25.
Yeah.
See,
25 years.
See, so what my thing was, and I kind of had this little debate with somebody. Is I said it was play calling. And at the end of the day, I feel it's the coach's job to put the players in the position. At the end, also, I do understand as a player that the players have to execute, but there's it's circumstantial. You know what I mean? It's a coach's job to put you in the best position possible. So like somebody used that. Oh yeah, it was Shanahan's fault that George Kittle did the pass interference.
No.
Well, no, it wasn't.
But also too, from a coaching standpoint too, you can't be a coach that, number one, you can't coach not to lose. You can't coach. You got to believe in your coaching ability, or your game plan, or how you prepare your team to get ready.
Yeah.
You have to believe in all of that. And if you don't, then you start getting away from what you're trying to do, and then that's when you start making mistakes as a coach. That's when the kids start making mistakes. That's when players start making mistakes.
Yeah.
Everybody, because it just starts going down the line.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a chain. And like I said, I just felt that he abandoned, especially like I said, his edge running very early in that game.
I think like for me is like an easy way to put it was he passed when he should have ran.
Exactly.
And he ran when he should have passed.
Yes.
You know, he got conservative down the line, and I even think he addressed that during his like end of the season press conference. Yeah. But you know,
I mean, to his credit though too, you go back to the game and back to Jimmy, it's like he missed some throws. He did miss some throws.
Inaccurate,
and then he had like 2 or 3 wrong reads.
Yeah.
And one of the reads was, I think it was like 3rd and 5, and he went for I think it was like a fade, and he had
Sanders. We had Sanders, and he just overthrew him.
Okay, yeah, but the series before that, when you guys were 3rd and 5, and he missed Kittle right in the middle of the field. He didn't even look at Kittle. They were playing zone, and Kittle's sitting 13 yards down the field like this, and there's like nobody within 5 yards of him. And he's in the middle of the field, so how could you not see him?
Yeah.
You know, especially when you...
Yeah, but misreads happen, you know?
Oh, of course, yeah.
It's, you know, you got your your progression. Who knows what you know...
But as a quarterback...
Yeah,
but as a quarterback, I will say, but as a quarterback, you got to know where you're at.
Yeah.
It's 3rd and 5. Okay, why are you looking downfield? Why are you looking at, you know, how are those your first reads?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. It's like...
Yeah, it should have been Kittle.
Yeah.
But I don't think Kittle was a big part of
the game plan.
The game plan.
No, I don't understand why.
I think because everybody knew. I think that Kansas City's going to key on him. Yeah. I think Debo was, and I put $20 down on Debo to be the MVP.
Oh really?
And I think if the 49ers would have won, he probably would have got it. That would have got me like $600 some off a $20 bet. Yeah. Those are some good odds.
I think overall the key to the whole game was that 3rd and 15 when he found Tyreek Hill wide open on that, and that just like turned everything.
That was it.
That was it. That turned the momentum. That turned everything.
Because it was we were winning 10 to 20, right?
Something like that. You guys were up by 10.
We were up by 10.
Yes.
So I'm laying in my room. I'm back, and I'm like, okay. At this point, I'm feeling good. Like not good, like well health wise, but I'm feeling good from a fan standpoint. We're up by 10. All right, guys, let's go to work.
Right.
Because of our defense has been stopping him so much, I'm like, cool. Let's just keep that pressure on him. But I noticed a couple things. I noticed that Bosa at the 3rd and especially in that 4th quarter, he abandoned all technique, and that's because he was fatigued. You could see it in him. He was getting real fatigued. I don't know if he got injured on one play, but what Bosa was doing was more of a controlled rush off the edge, where he was sort of keeping Mahomes in the pocket, which allowed the other pressure to get him. In that 4th quarter, he just turned to just straight bull rushing, and he was running past Mahomes, and that was allowing Mahomes to break the pocket. So I noticed that, but so we're up 10-0, and I'm like, cool. So I'm superstitious. I wear the same shirt that I wore the day of the game, and I've been like that since I was a kid. Yeah. And so for the Dodgers last year, I went to one of their games right before the playoffs started. And I ended up knowing one of the people who works for the stadium. So they gave me their discount, and I bought a sweet, like 2019 postseason hat.
Oh, okay.
For like, I got it they're normally like $60. I got it for like $25 or $30.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, hell yeah. But I bought it. My brother's like, why'd you buy that shit, man? You're going to jinx them. and then we lost like the first round, right? So I'm like, shit. So I wanted to buy, I collect stuff, so I wanted to buy the Super Bowl football.
Okay.
I wanted that football, but I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna buy anything. So with we're up by 10, I'm feeling okay. I pull up my phone and I open up the browser and I'm ready to order. Like, I'm gonna get this order in right now, but I said, you know what? Let me wait.
Yeah.
Let me just wait. So then I start noticing Bosa is getting lazy in that rush. But the other thing that I noticed, and this is the tip of the cap to Andy, or to Patrick, was, the first 3 quarters, we sat back on our receivers.
Right.
And Mahomes was just running for those first downs.
Right.
And then in the fourth quarter, we started coming up, and that's when Mahomes started throwing over on top of us, and that's when that key third down came, and that's when it was like, here we go. And then once they scored that first touchdown, I'm like, okay, all right. I knew they were going to score, right? Yeah. They're going to score. We're up by 3. Just give me 3 first downs. Mm-hmm. Give me 3 first downs, and I'm feeling good. Give me 3 first downs. You figure 3 first downs get us close to field goal range. If not, we get a punt, put them deep in their territory, make Patrick earn it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. He, like I said, he ran, I think, once, and then he went pass, and then it was like 4th down. Then Kansas City got the ball back. Then when Frisco got the same thing, it's like, okay, no, pass, run, pass, and they had fun again.
Yeah.
He just told. I don't understand what.
Who do you think was the better team?
On the player-wise, San Francisco. I think, because their defense was better. I think what happened was, I think their defense got gassed.
Yeah.
Midway through, towards the end of the third quarter, and the fourth quarter, they were done.
Yeah. But also, it's when Mahomes is scrambling. I don't care if you had Deion Sanders back there when who's the other? Who's another good shutdown cornerback? You can throw anybody back there.
Right.
If you can't cover that.
No.
Nobody could cover that, especially those fast receivers. It ain't gonna happen. So I wasn't afraid of him though, in that sense, because to me, we played Rodgers twice.
Right.
Right. We played Russell Wilson twice. Mm-hmm. We played Lamar Jackson. Like, we contained those guys, so that aspect didn't scare me going into the game. It was more of the coaching, and I guess if you're not calling the right plays, you're not scoring points. You got to score more than 20 to beat Kansas City.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So that's my take. I don't,
I mean, and to be honest, I think, even though it's 30 points, San Francisco's capable of scoring 30 points.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, so you held Kansas City to 30 points. You held Mahomes to less than 300 yards passing.
Yeah.
You should have won that game.
Oh, if Mahomes didn't win, if the 49ers won, the narrative would be completely different about Mahomes, about how terrible he did in the
absolutely,
right? Because he didn't do well at all.
I don't think. He had maybe an average game at best.
Yeah, and what was his completion percentage? Low 70s?
Yeah.
High 60s probably?
Yeah, he didn't. He was just like I said, like the first 2.5 quarters, I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
It's like,
well, that defense will do that to you.
Yeah.
You know that it's hard to throw from his back, and that guy was running for his life.
But I've never seen him, even though San Francisco's a good defense, and as capable as he is of making plays, I've never seen him play the way he was.
Yeah.
Like I said, he looked like he was like in the deer in headlights.
Yeah.
For 2.5 quarters.
To me, the game went exactly the way I thought it would go for 3 quarters, and then that fourth quarter was the way I hoped it didn't go, because I knew that was going to be the case.
Fourth quarter was your biggest fear.
And it's. I hope Andy Reid. I'm like, I feel bad for Andy Reid. It's just not his time. This new guy, but it's. I don't know. Like I said, I was disappointed, but I think maybe because I was feeling so sick, I wasn't disappointed. But it's been 25 years. I think it was 1995 when the 49ers won the Super Bowl last year. That's a long time for me, So that's why I made it a thing. But here's probably the most important question, though. What did you think about the halftime show?
I thought Shakira tore it up.
Right?
I thought Shakira tore it up. I thought She was way better than J.
I think J-Lo was like trying too hard.
Yes, very.
Like
trying
way too
hard.
much. Yeah, I'm like.
Yeah. I was telling my my girlfriend, everyone was complaining about J-Lo being on the pole.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the bad part. I go, people should have been complaining. Did you see that one scene where she came?
When she did the slide
right into the camera and it was right there on her.
That was fun, dude. I'm like, it's a little much.
Oh,
but yeah,
Shakira was like,
I think she was when she. Man, I was in the hotel room by myself, but I was like, man, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
No makeup, nothing. I saw a meme that made me laugh. It was in Spanish, so I didn't know exactly what it said, but it was a picture of Shakira's face in the at the performance, and it said like how Shakira does her makeup for the Super Bowl performance, and then it showed like this little Hispanic girl with just like big old and it says how you do your makeup to go to church on Sunday. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no, Shakira, she tore it up. I thought
I was good, but I would love to see a rock band.
Yeah.
But I understand the NFL. They gotta they know they have the men demographic down.
Yeah.
So they gotta appeal to women to try to get more fans.
I was okay with it this year.
The performance.
Yeah. I mean, even I thought it held your attention, and obviously why, but it was like I think people were like, she has good songs, so it was
like Shakira, I think her overall performance was better, but Jennifer Lopez definitely had the better songs. She was like hit after hit. I'm like, damn, she sang that one too. Damn, that one too.
Yeah.
Damn, she got some gems.
Yeah, but she did. Like I said, I think Jennifer Lopez just tried too hard.
Yeah,
I think she was just. I think I was funny because I was telling some people at work. I was like, I think she felt threatened by Shakira.
Dude, my wife said the same thing.
Yeah, I think
she felt that. Yeah, so she had to.
Yeah, she had to try to step it up a level.
Hey man, props to J-Lo though. What is she like? 50 something?
50 years old.
50 years old. She looks great. She looks amazing. Shakira looks just as good. I think she's like 10 years younger than her. But
Shakira was I think 43.
Beautiful. So it was cool. It was. Like I said, I would prefer a classic rock band or some shit like that. Get AC/DC in there. Get Guns N' Roses this year. When they go to Vegas, have Guns N' Roses because Guns N' Roses is playing next year. So but they ain't gonna do that because they already have the market. But in terms of the game, how do you rank it? Would you say it was a good game overall? Would you say it was entertaining? Would you say it was boring? Like a lot of people say last year's game was boring. I don't think last year's game was boring. As an X's and O guy,
it wasn't.
I enjoyed it.
It was. I think last year's game was watchable, but I don't think it was entertainable. I felt it was just more. I expected more from the Rams, and that's probably my fault.
Yeah.
Regardless of how good Belichick is supposed to be or whatever, I just felt they were going to score more points than they did.
Yeah.
I was just like really disappointed. I was really. I felt Jared Goff got exposed a little bit.
Yeah. That's speaking about somebody who can't throw the ball, right?
Yeah. And I think he got way more exposed because I remember watching film the next couple weeks, and it's like I could not believe how many receivers wide open receivers
he just missed.
Just missed. Didn't read them. Didn't see them. You see he had happy feet the whole game, and I was like, oh my god, oh my, he missed him. Oh man, he missed it. Oh my, it's like.
Do you think the running game, the lack of running game? Again, we talked about at the beginning of the show. The running game, you're able to run the ball, makes it so much better, and you just see the difference when Gurley was running the hell out of the ball versus the end of the season when he wasn't. The statistics, right? You think that's kind of it?
Yeah, I think so. That was a big deal. Because you look at it. Okay, you're in the Super Bowl. You're playing the New England Patriots. You're playing Tom Brady, and Wade Phillips had him 13 points. That's not on Wade Phillips.
Yeah, it's not on Wade Phillips. Come on. And I'm upset they fired the guy. But he's a good coach.
He held the Patriots to 13 points. So
Brady.
And you only scored 3. That's on you. I'm sorry. You're the offensive guy.
The guru, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Genius,
you're telling me you can't put up 10 points.
Yeah.
After that. So come on.
But I didn't think that game was boring, like you said. As far from a viewer standpoint, I guess I could see how it could be boring. But I like to think of myself as an X's and O guys, and I think it was great just to kind of see the strategy behind it, to see those two defenses play.
Perfect, what you just said, strategy, like with Phillips, okay? Yeah, Edelman had 7 passes, everything was in front of him. He was behind nobody.
Yep.
They kept him right there. Fine.
Let him.
get your 7 catches, your
Yep.
90 yards. You didn't hurt us.
Yeah. See, so I think as far as this year's Super Bowl, I think it was a good Super Bowl. I think it was maybe it wasn't as entertaining as people hope. Of course, everybody wants the shootout, right? And it's Mahomes. They want to see the kid throw for 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns. But
You know what I took away from this Super Bowl more than anything is how fast the game went.
oh yeah,
I mean, it was like, the first half was hour and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, I was kept going like, what the heck? 2 minutes left. Second
Yeah.
quarter's like, what the heck? It's already going to be halftime. And you're like, it's like 4:40, and it's going to be halftime.
Oh shit! It was 9 for you. The game came in at for me at 11 at night. I don't know how the people on the East Coast do it. We're spoiled over here.
Oh yeah.
We get all the There's dude. It was 11 at night, and I had to be up at 4 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning to catch my flight out of there.
Football starts 8 o'clock back there every week. So it's like.
But I as a 49er fan, I was disappointed, but it is what it is. Hats off to the Chiefs. Andy Reid for getting that monkey off his back.
Right.
Do you see these guys repeating? Do you see any of them repeating?
If I had to lay money down, I see 49ers having a better chance coming back. They have a lot of people signed still.
Yeah.
They don't have that many free agents.
Yeah, I think Eric Armstead is the only guy.
Casey's got to take care of a lot of people, and that's hard to do. Especially if everybody says Mahomes is going to get a $400 million contract. He's going to be paid. So that's $40 million. That's 25% of your salary cap.
Yeah.
For one guy. So you got.
Is he that good?
I don't know if he's that good, but I think the market is going to pay him that. Same thing with Dak Prescott. Okay. Same thing. Do you think Dak Prescott is worth 37?
Oh no.
Well, but he's going to get it,
yeah.
and that's what sucks.
It's
the market. Yeah. It's like these guys are making money I don't think they deserve.
It's Goff's fault, right?
Yeah.
They signed Goff to that big ass contract, hoping that was going to be the.
And then 80% of Goff's contract's guaranteed. What about Kirk Cousins? He got $84 million, all guaranteed, no signing bonus, nothing. Every penny he's making is guaranteed money. So if they let him go tomorrow, they still got to pay him.
Yeah. Or whoever takes on his contract.
Or who takes on his contract. But that money is guaranteed. So
I think he's good, but I
don't. First of all, I don't think Dak Prescott is worth $37 million, but he's going to get it. If you want to franchise, you're going to give Mahomes $40 million. You almost have to.
Yeah, I think Mahomes is better than Dak.
Oh, absolutely. But $40 million worth? Come on.
That's a lot.
It's just, I don't know. They're just throwing this money out there, and it's just like.
One of my selling points on how I even got to Miami was how difficult it is for a team to repeat.
Right.
So, there was a Super Bowl hangover from last year's teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the time before that. Who was it? New England before that too? Against who?
New England played
Eagles.
The Eagles when the Eagles beat them.
Right?
Yeah.
So New England. Besides New England, how many people repeat and get there again? It's very difficult, and I think the AFC is so much more wide open than the NFC is. I'm like, next year I'm just looking at Green Bay is going to get better.
Oh, yeah.
With their new coach, with LaFleur, Green Bay looked good. Aaron Rodgers looked like the old Aaron Rodgers, and that defense is only getting better. New Orleans, I think Breeze is gonna. He's coming back, right?
Oh yeah, they'll probably give him a 2-year contract.
Yeah.
They'll probably keep Hill. Bridgewater will be gone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's gonna stay. Seattle's good. If it wasn't for those injuries,
yeah,
I think Seattle would have been in that game.
Yeah, Seattle was banged up towards the end of the year.
Seattle's good. Who else? Atlanta's always that
Atlanta
should be good, but I don't know what their deal is.
Atlanta's like a totally.
So there's so many more teams in the NFC.
I think Dallas is going to be more competitive again.
You think so?
Yeah,
First year coach?
McCarthy, yeah, I like McCarthy.
He's a good coach, but
I think
I don't think 1 year turn around.
I don't think they should pay Cooper. He drops way too many passes.
Yeah, he's not a number one.
And then you got Minnesota's still there.
Minnesota. That's what I'm saying. The NFC. So that was one of my selling points.
The NFC West.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
Is like
the Cardinals aren't no slouch.
No, then the Cardinals are going to get better.
Yes.
They're going to get better. Yeah, so the NFC West by itself is a train wreck every week when you got to play each other.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I mean, what was the difference between the 1 seed and the 6 seed? One loss, right?
Yeah, one loss.
Yeah, one loss in between. So the 49ers went from 1 all the way down.
Yeah, 49ers could have 1 or a 6.
Yeah. And so it's ridiculous, but that's the way it is. But I just going around the NFL, we should wrap it up. We're almost done.
I think the surprise, and everyone laughs at me and everything, and I'm going to stick by it. A scary thing is if it happens, is everyone's off. Tom Brady's going to be a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
If he does go, I think the best place for him to go, because they are so loaded, but they don't have anybody to get him the ball, is the Chargers.
Really?
They are loaded at receiver. They're loaded at running back. Their tight end is unbelievable. Their offensive line is one of the best in the league. They need somebody.
They do, but go. I want to.
And I just feel that if anywhere he goes, I think that's like the perfect fit for him.
Team-wise, talent-wise.
Yes, talent-wise.
I disagree with that, but one of my biggest things about the San Diego thing is there's nothing there for him. There's no franchise there. There's no fan base. There's nothing.
No, but to sell him, you got to remember, to sell him on LA is sell his wife. Where she does all her work. She does all her work in LA.
Man. Yeah. But how about this, though? Melvin Gordon's probably going to be gone. They're not going to sign him.
I don't know.
I mean, Austin Eckler's good, but how healthy can that guy stay? He's a smaller back.
Yeah, back. So I don't know. To me, I think they're going to keep Gordon. I don't know why. I just have a feeling they're going to keep him.
Unless he does it on a budget, but
right.
he already held out, so I don't know if he's going to stay there.
But the receivers that they have are just,
they're always hurt too, though. Yeah. I mean, all receivers are always hurt.
Yeah, they're always hurt. Yeah. So. But I don't know. Like I said, I've been saying that.
My bold Tom Brady prediction is, first of all, he's probably going to stay.
Oh, I think so too. Yeah.
If he doesn't, I would like him to go to the Raiders.
Everybody says that, but who the Raiders
have?
What's intriguing for him to go to the Raiders?
They have one of the best offensive lines in the league.
Okay.
Josh Jacobs, right? Probably the top back, right?
No receivers.
They have no receivers, but they have a ton of money and they have draft picks, right? They also have Darren Waller, who's an explosive tight end. He's going to be probably one of the top tight ends in the league.
I like that. Yeah.
Their defense is solid, right? Gruden's a good coach. I think if Gruden's going to hand the keys over to his offense to anybody or hand the keys of the vehicle, it'll be Tom Brady.
Right.
I think just you look at the players you look at the culture that Mike Mayock and John Gruden are trying to create. That it's that winning culture.
Right.
There's no bigger guy than Tom Brady. Right. There's no bigger winner than Tom Brady. I think what they should do is I think they release Derek Carr, and I think it'll be like a $3 or $4 million cap hit if they release him.
Right,
which that's nothing, right?
That's nothing.
So release Derek Carr, sign Tom Brady, and I think with your 2 draft picks, you got two ones.
Right.
They have 2 ones. I want to say they have 2 ones and like 3 or 4 2s.
Yeah, I think this year coming up, as a matter of fact, I think I was just reading. I think they have 2 2s. They have 2 seconds and 3 3s this year.
Yeah. So I was like, what they should do is they should trade up. They swap their 13 for a 7, and like their 13 with with a 2 or a 3 for the 7 pick, and take 2 of them. Mayock and Gruden like those Alabama boys.
Do you think those 2 is going to get past Miami at 5?
Oh, then move up to 5.
Yeah,
to Miami.
Because I think if Tua lasts there, I think Miami's going to snag him, and then I think Miami's going to go with just Patrick one more year. Going to let Tua get healthy.
Rosen go?
I don't know if they could let Rosen go. I really don't. I really think they're going to keep Rosen. I really do.
Well, you can't keep 3 on. You can't keep Tua, Rosen, and Fitzpatrick. Or maybe one goes on the practice squad.
Not practice squad. They can go like.
Don't they pay him too much money to be in the practice squad?
Well, but you could also keep him on like the unable to physically perform. Yeah, above.
Yeah.
And they get paid.
Shoot, I don't think Rosen care.
So think about another hot tub.
Yeah, but I think the Raiders, man. I think that'd be great. I mean, it's Vegas. Yeah. Huge market. He's gonna have the huge fan base. I told my brother, it's like Because my brother's a big Raider fan. And
Right.
at first he was like, fuck that, fuck Brady. You know, they hate Brady. And I'm like, you're an idiot if you would refuse Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You're an absolute idiot.
And I don't think it's gonna really. I mean, I think if they offer him 2 years, 60 million, he'll take it.
Yeah.
You know,
because that gets him to 45, right? Which is what he wants to play to.
Yeah.
That's enough time for Tua to heal up, to sit there under him, right? I think it's a good idea. I think they have plenty of draft. I wouldn't draft the wide receiver because that's a crapshoot.
Yeah,
drafting wide receivers. So,
well, you know which one? The only they say there's a lot of good receivers this year, but one receiver I think is going to be a stud is what's his name from Alabama? What's his name? Judy?
I don't know.
He's
good, really good.
He's going to be a stud.
I read an article that said somebody's bold prediction was that the Raiders were going to trade for Stephen Diggs from the Vikings.
I heard that too.
So, there's a lot of things. I think that takes the Raiders to instant contenders.
I think they said the other day I was listening to Wingo, and I think it was Adam Schefter said that if the Raiders went to Minnesota and said, we'll give you a second and a third for Diggs, he said he thinks Minnesota would take it.
Well, I kind of read that Minnesota wouldn't take anything less than a 1.
Yeah. I don't know. He goes, give him 2 twos.
Yeah. But then that takes away from the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. But I mean, you got your stud receiver. Now that even intrigues Brady even more.
Oh, but no,
as much as I hate the Raiders, I mean, it's like
that'd be cool, dude. It'd be cool to see. Dude, that's like I told my brother. I go, dude, it's like Darth Vader playing for the Raiders, bro. It's like the bad guy. Like the enemy changed sides, and now he's got the Raider jersey on. I told him he took that dynasty away from you, and now he's gonna give it back. You know, that was a ball.
I'm just hoping Roethlisberger comes back.
You're stealing.
They said he's still not throwing it or nothing.
Really?
So, yeah. So they did a full Tommy John to his elbow, man. Yeah. So.
Well, we'll see, man. I'm excited about I'm excited about it. I just want to talk about the game, get a coach's perspective, because I think to me the reason why the 49ers lost was pretty much the coaching.
Yeah.
That's what I think, but you gave me some good perspective on it as well. So real quick, I want to tell the story. So I played with you when I was 12 years old, 13 years old, like you said. I used to play for the Ballpark Roadrunners, and then I swapped over and played for the West Covina Bruins, which was just basically across town. And I went from going 5-5 every year to going undefeated all the time. But one of the funnier moments was my mom never went to any of my games, and she always said, she just didn't like to see me get hit because I was running back, and I got the ball 25,
30 times, which was a lot.
30 times a game. Yeah. So I got the ball quite a bit, so I was getting hit a lot. So she just said she never liked to see that. But there was I think 2 instances I can remember when my mom actually did go to the game. And one is when my dad got thrown out of the game.
Right, he got out of the game.
He got thrown out of the game. And I just remember being on the field and my dad yelling at the referee, "Fuck you!" And I remember the referee saying "Yeah, buddy, that's about the size of your IQ." And I'm 12 years old, but I just kind of laughed it off,
I remember we got a penalty.
Yeah, we got a penalty for that. Yeah, and then the second time that my mom went was, I guess I must have did something. I don't know what I did.
It's coming back, and I think we had called a certain play, and you decided to cut it back or something.
Maybe.
Instead of trusting the thing.
Trusting the
hole.
hole.
I think when you came out, I think I grabbed you by the face mask.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Stay in the hole. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Like that, and then then I saw this lady just.
And my mom lost it. Crazy as that.
Yeah, she was I think I was about to get beat up.
I'll tell you what, man. Those were some of my fondest memories, man. Just growing up and being on that team. Like I said, I don't remember a lot about Ballpark, but I definitely remember the West Covina days. Just the difference in the team chemistry and the family that we had with everybody we had.
Yeah, we had a good.
It was a great group, and you guys all welcomed me with open arms, and it was just amazing. Just looking back, those were all my memories, and just it's sort of from coaching, getting my first coaching opportunity was coaching freshman ball to being 12. I just felt like we had a better handle on the game. Like I feel like you guys trusted us a lot to know what was going on. I also think that we were more we had more situational awareness and more knowledge of the game to where we knew what needed to happen, what couldn't happen, and I think we always took that into account. But I feel like you guys would always trust us and to be like, hey man, like what's going on out there? How is this? Because
and we asked you guys a lot.
Yeah.
We asked you guys all the time, especially like when we had, what was it, Shaboya and Neely always pulling through the holes, and they were saying, oh, what happened that play? They're crashing down. We have to make adjustments and stuff like that. So, but it's so funny because I want to put a side note. We always got to remember, though. Remember the first year with us. Remember the first play of the game?
Oh, yeah.
What, 65-yard
touchdown. First play, so it's against Arcadia Indians.
That's right.
So we're at home in Cortez Park over, for the Bruins, and we're there. And it's funny because I remember your brother, Coach Mike.
Yeah.
When we first met each other, he goes, how many plays do you have over there? Ballpark. And I go, I don't know. He goes, how thick is your playbook? I go, I don't know, like this. And he goes, you want to know my playbook? I go, what's that? He goes, one play. That's it. 226 blast.
That's it.
Right? So he's like, you'll know. So yeah, first play, Arcadia Indians. I'm in the backfield, 6 yards back behind the fullback. And Craig Kring hits him with that hard count.
Yep.
Right? Draws him off sides. Cool. Should have been 70 yards. But he moves us up 5. Cool. Same play. Let's do it. Boom. And then first play, we always go on 2.
Right.
Second play, always on sound. Right? Second play, always on sound. So the second play, boom, I got the snap. I mean, man, I could have drove a car through that hole, dude, and I was gone off to the races. And I still have that tape upstairs.
I remember you went, and I remember you literally glanced back like, oh man.
You can see in the video. You just see my dad's hands jumping up and down in the tape. Yeah, I was gone, man. But I think that game I had I had 2. I mean, I want to say I averaged 2 touchdowns a year that year. I think the only other time I can remember getting in trouble was Coach Mike tried to pull me out of the game. And I told him no. I told him no. I told him because I wanted my goal. I had set goals before the year where I wanted to rush for 10 touchdowns and gain over 1,000 yards. Mm-hmm. So I think I don't know if I was keeping count or what, but I didn't want to get taken out because I probably wanted my goal of 10 touchdowns. Yeah. And I got yanked, and then I didn't start the next game. I didn't start the whole first half against the Whittier Redskins.
Oh, you know what? I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was.
I remember I kept asking Michael what was going on.
Yeah, it was 0-0, and then the second half I started playing. We let JC, and JC was a good back, man.
Yeah.
But he kind of moved to the receiver side.
We rotated.
I think we needed him more on that, right? And I just remember getting in the second. As a running back, you need to be in a groove,
right?
And that's kind of like when you split backs, it's hard, it's difficult. You gotta be in the groove, the flow of the game. And I was one of those running backs, so coming into the second quarter, I was kind of like, ugh. But I think it was like my second or third carry, man. I hit it. We went 225 on this one,
right?
And I cut it back. I hit the hole, hit the 5 hole. Cut it back, made the backer miss, juked him, and the safety came up and I hit him again with the move, and I was gone. Wow. And we ended up winning 12-0, and I scored both of the touchdowns to win the game. So, I still remember those things, man, like they were yesterday. All those plays.
Yeah, those were some good times, some good teams. I think your dad had a good time watching you getting all those runs, and it's so funny because we kept stats. And like I said, and I think you
guys did, you guys keep stats. Yeah, Craig's dad would keep stats.
Yeah, Craig's dad was, he was an animal.
Cool. He was cool, man.
He was an animal.
He was cool.
So, but we had some good times, good teams. We had some. You look back at that team, and it's like all these players that went on to play college. You got Little Will.
He played for the Saints.
He played for the Saints. Played for the Vikings. Played for the Redskins. He even played for Seattle.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So then you just had. It was like. God, it was just like that team, everything, a lot of kids went to Bishop Vermont, everybody was playing good in high school.
Went to Bishop Vermont, Will went to Bishop Vermont. Yeah, it was, like I said, it's probably one of our fondest memories, just the trips to Laughlin, the trips to Vegas, that tournament, dude. I had so much fun. And as a kid, I had never done any of that shit, So I think the only time I've even been out of state was in those tournaments.
Yeah, Turkey Bowl in
The
Laughlin.
Turkey Bowls in Laughlin, man. Yeah, I still remember the teams. We played the Alhambra T-Birds, Thunderbirds. We played the New Mexico Lobos, I think.
Remember they were all, they haven't been scored upon.
Yeah. We took them with that blast and hit them out, man.
So they didn't know what hit them.
Yeah, those are great times, man. Those are great times. But I just want to thank you, Coach, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, man.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I was intrigued.
It was a great time, man. So we'll go ahead and we're gonna upload this up to YouTube. So we got to do a little bit of editing and stuff like that and put some stuff in there. So that's what we'll do. So I just want to thank you again for being here. I just want to remind all the viewers there that this episode was brought to you by Cardboard Pickers and the Cardboard Pickers Card Expo. That's going to be March 21st, which is a Saturday. It's going to be at the Hyatt Place in downtown Riverside. It's a really cool venue, guys. It's right in the heart of downtown Riverside. Lots of cool restaurants, lots of cool it's a cool little scene, man. So definitely, if you guys are into sports cards and sports memorabilia, come check it out. We're going to have 2 autographed guests. Ron Say is going to be there, 1981 World Series MVP with the Dodgers, as well as Lacy, who's the 79 World Series champion with the Dodgers as well. 3 p.m. to 8:30. Go to Eventbrite. I'll have the links down here in the bio, not the bio, but in the description of today's episode. So don't forget, all proceeds will benefit St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So definitely get out there and come support. So on behalf of myself and Coach Anthony, just want to say thank you guys for taking time with us. We'll see you guys on the next episode.